are the lights of the road. I take this ride. Just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. Maybe I could be the one. I'll ride to the setting sun tonight. Just drive.
Going on to the first round of the WEC season, Blade round talks on pole from Demi Castro on P2. There's UK Ball, Ahmed Silla, Tom Leon, David Herkiera, Thierry Headley, Nicholas Palomino, Vestio, and Jalan Fong at your hypercar grid. The LP2 grid starts off with Chris Bentley and Manning and Links, then Sorry Commando, Sahal Madford, Imran Khan, Zax Kerry Neto, Magda Oliveira, Rack Crubley, Sophia Muta, and Vernayak. So here we are, soft WEC season. It's going to be the usual thing, the formation lap, where we will be brought to a rolling start, 5 red lights, and the drivers will now start approaching that safety car. Blade Driver Sonic leading everyone away, Christian Bentley leading the LMP2s, and he's now pulling away now, as you can see that Freedom Racing. The LMP2 car moving up. Now Coronel just sitting down here waiting, and he's let by in that V-More LMP2. So Blade Dragon Sonic now, he is currently in first position. Will he be able to hold on to it by the time the end of this race comes? Of course, there's 18 laps after this of racing to go, and this is where the excitement is. Will Blade Dragon Sonic hold on? Will he lose position? Well, to his advantage, he has got 3 medium runners directly behind him. That is a compound that is slower, and due to these cooler conditions, is there a chance that these tyres may start to struggle? I don't know which side would struggle, but some may end up struggling in the cooler conditions because, of course, it's night time, but of course it's also Bahrain, so it's also going to be really hot. But anyways, we'll have to see what happens. 6 medium runners across the grid, 3 in each class, 3 hypercars, Castro, UK Ball, and Silla on mediums, and 3 LMP2 cars, Neto, Oliveira, and Muta on mediums as well. So they're going for a different strategy. They're probably going to be going longer to try and go for one less stop. Or this even could be a long run in case a virtual safety car happens or something, when soft tire runners have pit or something like that. But yeah, anyways, we are due to restart this race, as the drivers, they are just going to be waiting and waiting until the green flag comes out, so then they'll be able to pull away, as we should get a safety car ending message coming up any time now, because we are approaching the final 2 corners right now as we speak. Toyota in a bit of an interesting position with 1st and 8th, Alpine in the worst position with 9th and 10th, and also in LB2 Jota in the worst position with 18th to 19th, which is actually just 8th to 9th in their class. But here we go, safety cars ending. It is coming into the pit lanes up to Blade Dragon Sonic when he puts his foot down to restart this race. And there we go, he's done it now. He's done it. It's a good getaway for him, as Castro falling away a little bit. Everyone seems to have around half a second in between each other, which is pretty good for this restart. You see LP2's already falling away there, as down the inside, first Theo desperate to make up places. He's up into 7th there with a lovely move there, double overtake on Palomino and Headley. Now Palomino moving up into 8th position. Headley drops down into 9th. Palomino's up into 6th now. What a first lap here for Palomino, as Blade Dragon Sonic has already broke free a second, which means Castro, UK Ball, and Silla are all going to struggle by the looks of it. If they've only lost this much time to a soft runner, who knows how much more time they'll be losing, because that is a very big amount of time lost. I think I saw some battles there going on here in the hypercar. You have Thierry Henry trying to make a move over Steele. Can't do that yet. Christian Bentley, he is controlling his lead right now in LMP2. Incredible stuff. As there is Manning Links right behind him, but not really that far behind. Bentley has this under control. He's just going to try and keep pace until the end of the race. Now, with these medium runners second, third and fourth for Blade Drought Sonic, he is going to be really good in this race, I think. He could be on his way to a commanding victory because these guys, they're going to be fighting as UK Mall moving up into second there. And it looks like the other soft runners struggling to catch the mediums, but Blade Drought Sonic is pulling away now because of these medium runners fighting. Now I think the song are looking a little bit because they are making up small amounts of time. Blade Drought Sonic is fastest in that first sector, and Christian Bentley still leads the LMP2 race. As Deverdetto and Manning Links fighting each other, and Deverdetto moves up into second in LMP2 to make it a Freedom Racing 1-2. The Team WRT is right behind him, and unfortunately for WRT, can't get past that Freedom Racing car. So yeah, officially a Freedom Racing 1-2 without a doubt. But yeah, 2-second lead now for Blade Drought Sonic. Of course, like I said already, Tom Leon struggling to keep within the medium runners, and now going down the inside. Nicholas Palomino up into 5th position, and that is going to be a crucial thing here for Toyota, because if he's able to catch the medium runners, he will have a chance to make it a Toyota 1-2. That is still a possibility as he's got a DRS system enabled, as he's now getting closer and closer to Ahmed Silla in the Porsche Hertz hypercar. Can't quite get near him yet, but he's getting close as well. UK Mall's getting really close to Blade Drought Sonic. He's got DRS on him now. Power Motorsport is getting very close to the Toyota, and he's breaking a second to Castro, his own teammate there. So, clearly not willing to help out his teammate. Plus, UK Mall already a one-time winner in WEC. That came at Spa 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Also, we will be revisiting this track later on in the season for the final race, except it's going to be 35% of Sakir instead of Bahrain. But yeah, it's the exact same track. So yeah, pretty much you can expect similar results, I guess. But here's the thing, balance of performance does impact things. And there we go, Stella up into 3rd place there, into turn 11. Nice move from the Porsche, but now it's his job to try and catch UK Mall, who's got a chance to take the lead in this race in the next couple of laps. Fourth Blade Drought Sonic, he's on a soft tyre, which means his tyres are going to wear out more than UK Mall's. Now looking at his tyres, they're 49%, and that's why he's been losing time. ERS being spammed now at UK Mall. Palomino coming into the pits, Tom Leon in the pits as well, but this is the move for the lead here. UK Mall on Blade Drought Sonic, these two teammates in Formula 1, and UK Mall moves up into 1st position. He now leads the 35% of Bahrain, as many drivers coming in the pits, even LMP2s are coming in as well. Of course, the tyre wear is no different, as Chris Bentley moving on the hards as well. Palomino and Headley, what about Rack & Company, also hards. But yeah, I do imagine hards would be a very popular tyre choice to go for on this grid, because yeah, they're durable, and the tyre wear around the left circuits is not good, because that's how the tyres were designed, intentionally to be high tyre wear. Here we go, Tom Leon right on the back of Vidaya as the hypercar moves ahead of the LMP2. It's got to try and secure that place though, because the LMP2s, they're allowed to fight as much as they want. Of course, there aren't any blue flags for these things because they're not lapped, as through goes Tom Leon on Sophia Mutter there, up into 14th overall. And you'll be approaching Imran Khan very soon, who's busy in a fight with Oliveira at the moment. As that United Autosports car, he's getting closer and closer to that WRT. BDS and UK Mall at the same time. As is UK Mall ahead? No, he's behind. He's being held up a lot there. That's going to come to the pleasure of Toyota, as Cable tried to do a smart little strategy to stop an undercut, but in the end he got overtaken massively in the pit lane. And look at that, so many other cars coming through there. It's a disaster for UK Ball in these pit stops, who drops down into 11th overall there. Needs to try and get ahead of Imran Khan, who's going to let him by easily. But yeah, I think UK Ball's at least lost like 3 or 4 seconds there in the pits, as Bledger Sonic moving ahead of Zax Neto in the V-Ball, as Mafford gets a penalty for causing collision in the LMP2 class. So here we go, Mafford still trying to stop that Freedom 1-2, which is possibly existing on this grid, so he's going to have to try and break that up himself, but he got that penalty, which is also going to impact him. Castro on the inside of Ahmed Silla to move up into first place there into the final corner, and Silla comes in the pits. Castro stays out. Castro stays down on 43%. They are now wearing out a lot as we're on the 7th lap of 19 here. So it's our 6th lap of racing today on the A.G.E racing laps that get. Basile coming in for mediums, so he's very much on a 2-stop strategy today, without a doubt. Bledger Sonic coming through. Now his hearts are on 93% there, down the start finish straight, but Tom Leon's got the jump. He's the one who pitted first, and he's got the jump on everyone here. The Arrows hypercar in a net race lead at the moment, with Damian Castro just trying to nurse his tyres around this racetrack. So let's just see what this number 4 Power Motorsport can do to try and limit the damage of the time loss that he's receiving. Surely he's going to be going on to a hard tyre, and he said he might have a chance of getting to the end on a 1-stop. A 1-stop, very unlikely. You never really see these in WEC. It's always like the 2 stops, the 3 stops. They are the ones that you see the most. Now, if this was a 25% race, then it would be just about halfway through the race now. But this is not a 25%, it's 35%. It's an extra 10% added on, and that's what gives you these extra stops. It's only 25% where you can see the 1-stops occur. Whereas there we go, Castro into the pit lane, and he's going to be going on to a set of hards. As Versio, fastest in the middle sector. He is currently the bottom hypercar at the moment. Mauro Oliveira leading LMP2, but still is yet to pit. Christian Bentley going for one of the earliest stops. Well, he went for the earliest stop in LMP2, and as you can see, it has paid off. He has got a massive lead over his teammate Benedetto, as Oliveira has pit for Team WRT. As there we go, moving on to the mediums, there we go. So yeah, Bledger Sonic now leading by 1.5 seconds as Tom Leon has been overtaken. His tyres are pretty much gone. UK Ball on the inside of Ahmed Silla move up to third. He's going to be going for second here, I imagine. Possibly DRS though, not really working how we would have wanted it to, as Silla tries to reclaim third, but does drop down to fourth in the end of it. UK Ball on the outside, trying to get up into second once again, and this attempt was successful. He's up into second place, and is currently 2 seconds away from Bledger Sonic. But it's clear he's been showing better pace on the stint at the moment, only marginally though, not much of an actual difference. So yeah, UK Ball's going to have to try his best here, as he is starting to break away a little bit from Ahmed Silla and Tom Leon. But Tom Leon's tyres, they're gone. He's done 4 laps on them, they're on 37%. They are not doing good at all. Davey Serracchiera into the pit lane. He's going to be coming out in some LMP2 cars here. He's moving on soft. He's going for at least a 3-stop then. That is very much clear. Down to Arrows as one LMP2 comes by, and we're waiting for the second, third and fourth. They're definitely going to be coming by. Well, the third one has, the fourth one has not yet. And yep, it looks like only 3 LMP2 cars have managed to get by Serracchiera. So that's good news for him. as now that means he can cut through quicker compared to 4 cars. So let's just see what will Davide Cerchiero do here to try and get up back towards his hypercar fellow drivers. As down the inside to Benedetto at the end of the first sector into the second, he's up in the 12th overall, but 2 more LMP2s to clear. That is Mafford and Bentley. As there we go, Cerchiero using his ERS around the outside of Sahal Mafford. Sorry, I'm just coughing a lot. Cerchiero's been overtaken there by Sahal Mafford, who's not letting go of this position. I honestly don't know why, as Ukemo moves ahead of Ahmed Silla, who was just ahead there momentarily. Ukemo now right on the back of Blade Sonic. This pace is absolutely amazing from the Britain, as yeah, Silla's been completely dropped there into the 4th corner of this racetrack. Wow. I did not expect to see Silla just getting dropped that easily, but turns out he was getting dropped that easily. As Red out in the pits for the 2nd time today, I don't know what tire he's going on to. He's done a good 4 laps on his soft, and it's time for mediums, I guess. So he must be on a 3-stop today then. As now Blade Sonic, his lead obviously less than a second. His F1 teammate right behind him. Tensions will be starting to rise here between these 2 drivers as they are heading on to the 11th lap very soon. The tyres are in good check at the moment, 72% for Ukemo and 71% for Blade Sonic. So Ukemo for 1% advantage. Don't know what he's done to get that, but that is really good for him. As down his back straight, DRS enabled for that Power Motorsport, closing in on the Toyota Gazoo Racing. But it looks like the exit the final corner was not good for Ukemo, as he has now dropped down to 1.8 seconds. But he still gets DRS there because I guess Blade Sonic did not have a good first corner. And Lamfong in the pits for the 2nd time today, moving on to medium tyres. Of course, remember, he is that reigning world champion in that hypercar class, which was just the whole WEC at the time. In the pits for the 2nd time today is Sahal Mafford, who's going to serve his 5-second penalty. And it looks like Lamfong is stuck between Lynx and Bentley. So you have to try and get past these guys as soon as humanly possible. DRS active, all he needs to do is just pull the inside line. He needs to just do a big send, but can't do it. As the battle for the lead is getting close now, you came all on the outside at turn 12. In towards turn 13, will he have a chance here? Not yet. But he will be hoping that that exit to the corner would be enough to make a move. And he's going for the move into the final 2 corners. The text point's been hit. I don't know who's going to get DRS there because of when them timings change. And it looks like the answer is Ukemo. But that bad final 2 corners did not help him at all. And he is still in 2nd place. Closing in on that Toyota. Blade Sonic, already a 3-time world champion in F1. Ukemo, a 2-time champion. These 2 are some incredible drivers. And they are dueling it out in the desert here for the lead of this race. Now, will it be the win in the end? I can't say anything. Strategies change everything in WEC. And yeah, that is just safe to say. Not really many drivers who can challenge this top 2 at the moment. Only ones I can really see challenging it is Castro and Silla. So I think it's just a top 4 in the battle for the win here, to be honest. Even though there's only 3 seconds in between these guys. And then Imran Khan into the pit lane from soft to soft. So he's done 4 laps on that soft. So it looks like he might be going for another 4 laps. But that means he's going to make another stop. I think this might have been a bit of a strategy blunder by United Autosports to have this happen to them. As they go around the final 2 corners once again. Cable closing in up into 7th gear, I think. Yep, with that DRS, this should be enough to take the lead in this race, I think. On the inside line, to where there's more speed down the inside, and there's a change for the lead. A.G.E making up lost time in the pits. He's now leading this race. The first round of the season, where we're at 1.5 times points. This is a crucial lead for the Britain, as David Castro right on the back of Blade of Dragon Sonic. So, what will happen with Castro today? Will Castro be able to get up in the 2nd place to make it a Power Motorsport 1-2? Or could he even do better, challenge for the lead? Because that is a very good possibility. Tyres on 55% for Blade Dragon Sonic. Also 55 for A.G.E as well. As David Castro moves up into 2nd place. This is now a Power Motorsport 1-2 here in Bahrain for the first round of the season. But he's not going to let his teammate slash team boss take this lead. He is not going to let him keep that. David Castro, he's got his own stuff to do as he takes 1st place there, but that line is not a good one. And A.G.E does not get DRS. I think Castro might have. Yep, Castro's got. I'm terribly sorry, but yeah, Castro got DRS, but that line did not help at all. So A.G.E does keep the lead of the race there. But yeah, let's just see what will happen, because Castro's tyres will definitely get the end of this race. A.G.E and Blade Dragon Sonic will be a bit uncertain. I think they would make it to the end, but their tyres will be shredded. They will not be looking good in the slightest. So, yeah, these guys have to be pretty careful, if I'm going to be honest. 62% for David Castro, as we are entering the final 5 laps of this race as well. Like, that's a long way to do on your hard, which are 48%. I believe A.G.E and Blade Dragon Sonic may have to pit again. Maybe A.G.E pitting when Blade Dragon Sonic did earlier on was enough to possibly ruin his own race. Maybe the medium was the better tyre to start on, because now Ahmed Silla, of course, without 1 lap advantage on Blade Dragon Sonic, he will be sure to start catching him. So maybe the medium runners do something that the soft runners didn't. Hey, that's pretty interesting, to be honest. But yeah, Hypercar is pretty divided. Obviously not so much as LMP2, which is closer. Vanaga Link's now leading in LMP2 class. Now, Sophia Muir will be catching and catching, but will it be enough for a move? Nope. The speed on that car, it just isn't enough. Now, I expect both of these championships to be pretty close in the end. Tom Leon in for the 3rd stop of the day. Now, he should be out ahead of any LMP2 car that is behind. That there is good news for him, as Davis Arquero, his own teammate, may end up passing by to take 9th place. As now they head down the straight. Tom Leon now down last for Hypercar, sorry. And is currently on fresher tyres, so he should start to catch up. Possibly as David Castro, of course, leading the way now. Didn't pick up that as Blade Dragon Sonic moving up into 2nd place. But there is now a 2.8 second gap between Castro and Blade Dragon Sonic. We are currently on our way now to see a brand new winner in this series, I'm sure. I can't quite remember, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like Castro could have won before with Aston Martin in the past, but I don't remember. I'm sorry about that. As anyway, A.G.E trying to get up into 2nd as we're on to the 16th lap of 19. There are 4 more laps left in this race, but their tyres are really getting bad. I'm looking at Castro right now, sorry. 39% for A.G.E, and Blade Dragon Sonic is also 39. And just, yeah, Blade Dragon Sonic not having a good first corner by the looks of it. He has dropped a lot of time there. I'm sure they can still make it to the end of this race, but I don't really know what they're gonna do. And the two arrows are gonna pass Palomino here. So Palomino no doubt will last in the hypercar. Tom Leon right on the back of his own teammate. Now he opted for the medium tyres to go at the end, which is the better option when you're pitting at the time that he did. So he is on a good strategy. Palomino though, he went a little bit longer. He is catching Tom Leon on a soft tyre at the moment. Now, yep, Tom Leon getting closer and closer to Dave Sergiera. Vinayak has a... I don't know what's up with the front today, sorry. Vinayak into the pits for the second time today. He's in 18th place now overall. 8th in the LMP2 class. Tom Leon moving up into 8th in hypercar. As Palomino will be looking to do the same to get up in 9th there. And now Dave Sergiera is last in the hypercars. Palomino trying to push for 8th by the looks of it. As into the pit comes Castro, Blade Dragon Sonic, and Ahmed Silla with Castro. I don't know why Castro's came in. He's came in for medium. Silla's came in for mediums as well. Blade Dragon Sonic. Positions constantly switching there. But yeah, with this brand new tyre and 3 laps to go, can Damian Castro catch up and to take the lead and win off this 35% of Bahrain? I don't know what the reasoning was for him pitting, because his tyres were in perfect condition. But Power Motorsport pitting Castro, and UK Ball is left out on track with 31% on his tyres and around 2.5 laps to the end of the race. I don't understand the reasoning behind that strategy at all. But here we go, Castro already on the back of Thierry Henley, and this is his chance here to take second place, and he's going to go up in a second. Power Motorsport now lead a 1-2 result here. But I imagine by the end of next lap, Castro's going to be already on the back of his teammate. Big gap, but it's a big tyre advantage. It's 11 laps tyre advantage, which is absolutely massive. So yeah, it is very easy to say this, that I think Castro is going to be leading very soon. He's already got the gap down to 5 seconds onto the penultimate lap of this race. UK Ball in first. Now, I've got a bit of a theory here that possibly Power Motorsport have opted to hit the wrong driver by mistake, because Castro tyres were perfect. UK Ball, on the other hand, he probably needed a pit stop. But who knows how it went. We don't have access to the garages, so we don't know what strategies were going on down there. Maybe this whole thing was intended. Maybe it wasn't. We don't know. And Blade Dragon Sonic, he's got a lot of work to do here, because he was leading this race before and he's now down in 6th position. Now catching still is going to be a bit of a nightmare, because of course the pit stops have completely screwed him over. We can say that for certain, as there we go. Just what I said, Castro taking the lead there off the 35% of Bahrain. It looks like Cable, to be honest, just let him by. So yeah, that Power Motorsports have swapped it around now, and Thierry Henley has got a good chance. However, his tyres are more worn than Castro's, so he's not going to be gaining at the same rate that Castro was on Cable. So I feel there is still the chance that UK Ball can defend second. However, to defend that, I think Henley himself will have to defend some places, which he's not going to do. Stella passes by for third. And Verstio, 4th position right now, because he has overtaken there on Headley. So now Blake outside, he can get up in a 5th position. I guarantee he's going to do that very soon, as he's right on the back of the Porsche Hertz. Honestly, 5th might be a damage limitation sort of thing. I'm not gonna lie, it could have been better for Blade Johnson just to stay out in this race. But who knows? There's Ahmed Silla on the back of UK Ball, like right on the back of him. And he's gonna pass by with ease it's somehow Motorsport 1-2 gone. Because now Ahmed Silla takes second place. I think that's also where he started as well. We're just like in the fifth already. But he's going for fourth. You have to go around the outside of turn 12. That's a difficult place to make an overtake. But he's committed. He is committed to that line. And he's going to try and go for it. But Damian Castro wins the 35% of Bahrain for the hypercar class. And it's the fastest lap as well. Ahmed Silla finishes second to start off the season. And UK Mall finishes third at the end. Playground likes fourth from Theo and Thierry Headley. There's Nicholas Palomino, Tom Leon, 8th position for him. Not the best result, same thing for Sarah Chiara. Lamfong is going to finish last in Hypercar. And that, of course, marks the end of the Hypercar race. Now, LMP2, what a strategy for Zascari Neto. I didn't even think he would be in the contention for this win today, but he is completely proved me wrong. He is dominating this race at the moment. Like that there, incredible to see. As Sfirmio has got a comfortable P2 here, Manager Link, so under threat, he could lose third position here in towards the final corner. I think he might just hold on as Zascari now wins the LMP2 race of 35% of Bahrain. Sophia Muir is going to finish 12th from Manager Links, who does get third. There's Christian Bentley, Oliveira, Mafford, Crumply, Vinayak, then finally the last two drivers, Khan and De Benedetto. I don't know what happened to Benedetto in that race, though, to be honest. So, yep, in the end, Power Sport will be leading this championship with a 1-3. Damian Castro, your winner of today's race from Ahmed Silla and UK Mall. So, what a start to season for that team. Of course, Ahmed Silla putting in a good form as well in second place for Porsche Hertz. So, yeah, nothing else really to say. Let's listen to the Canadian national anthem. So in Hypercar, Damian Castro wins from our Silver UK Mall. Blade Side finishes 4th, only just narrowly missed out on the podium. There's first Theo, Thierry Headley, Nicholas Palomino, Tom Leon, Sarah Chiara, and Lam Fong. For LMP2, Zascari Neto is your race winner from Sophia Mir and Manager Links running off the podium. There's Chris Bentley, Magda Oliveira, Sahal Marford, Frank Crumply, Vinayak, Imran Khan, and Dominic De Benedetto. So that's it for the 35% of Bahrain. That's the first of 7 rounds completed. Can't wait to see you next time when the WEC returns.